Yo, what up, Nyakos? It's your buddy Philko here reporting live for your mama's house. Doing my thing as I usually do. And I just finished watching some MGTOW videos. Now, just to let you know, I am not MGTOW, but I do like listening to MGTOW like brought up topics because these MGTOW people speak on some interesting topics and I like to listen to it. And I just finished watching a few videos like I did last year about simps. I watched some new ones, I rewatched some old ones to try to understand what a simp basically was. And I see where a lot of them are coming from with all the simp this, simp that. You give her whatever she wants, you roll out the red carpet, she walks all over you. I get it. I understand. But then I started to think, like, why do so many guys care if another man is simping for a woman? If it has nothing to do with you. So, for example, let's say, look at this picture. Let's say this is a girl who doesn't really like this guy. She doesn't really like him. He buys her flowers every week. He takes her out. He buys her gifts. All this stuff, you know. He goes to work. She stays home. He cooks and cleans. Like, he does everything for her because he just likes being her one and only. And she's actually loyal to him. She's loyal. Now, maybe she's not very nice to him. Maybe she's even a little rude to him, but she is loyal. She's loyal. She doesn't do anything she's not really supposed to do. Like, she doesn't kiss other men. She doesn't touch other men. She's very happy with the guys she gets to step on at home. She's extremely happy. And I mean, sometimes she may hurt his feelings a little bit. He cries and, he might cry once in a while. But at the end of the day, when he looks into her eyes, he's able to wake up next to her. He's the happiest person on earth. Now, if this was your friend, would you try to convince him to break up with her? Or would you look at him as less of a man? Well, I can understand if you basically were to try to talk to him and say, hey, maybe you could find some nicer women out there. I mean, I can understand it. There's nothing wrong with a friend trying to help another friend. I get that. But in my opinion, I wouldn't look at him as less of a man. Why not? Well, because at the end of the day, he's getting what he wants, and it doesn't have a negative effect on his life. Sure, he may cry and stuff sometimes, but at the end of the day, being able to fall asleep and wake up next to this woman is what keeps him going. What keeps him happy at the end of the day, in the beginning of the day. All that stuff he's willing to go through, he's willing to go through it because he goes to sleep and wakes up next to this woman. Sure, she may use him, she may walk all over him, but what's the problem? Why does that bother you? Well, some guys will say, well, because she's going to expect the next man to be like him. Well, so fucking what? If you can't do what he did, you can't get that girl, plain and simple. Women don't owe you anything. If she expects flowers every week, if you're not willing to do it, move on. It's that simple. You know what I mean? I think a lot of things some of these MGTOW guys complain about. So the fuck are you complaining about? You know, if it's the same thing the other way around. Like I always say, if I walk through the street and I see like a couple arguing and the guy slaps the shit out the girl, I'm not going to interfere because odds are they're together. This isn't his first time slapping her, especially if he's going to do it in public. She accepted it the first time she stayed with him, so in my opinion, she deserves it. Only way I can interfere is if like the girl's trying to run away from him or something, he's chasing her. That's completely different. Like you don't chase a woman trying to hit her and shit, she's trying to run away. That's different. But if it's like one of those slap the shit out of her and she's like holding him, baby, I love you, I'm sorry. Hey, she chose him. She picked him. You know what I mean? Because you know what? I'm not like a lot of other people out there. I'm a firm believer in leaving other people the fuck alone. Two people have a relationship. That shit has nothing to do with you. They're both aware of what's going on. It's none of your business. Why the fuck does it bother you? Only way I can see that it can bother someone or I will get involved is when there's lies involved. Or there's a misunderstanding. So let's look at the picture. Let's say in this situation, there was a guy buying flowers for a girl every week. getting her gifts, presents, taking her to the movies time and time again because he thought she liked him in a sexual way. But I know for a fact she doesn't. I'm going to tell him the truth. Because in that situation, he's living in an illusion. It's not real. In that case, she's fucked up because she knows what he wants. But she's using him and misleading him. She may not be lying directly with her words, but she's intelligently lying to him without saying she likes him or loves him. She's taking advantage of the way his imagination works. Like, oh my God, I could get some if I keep doing this. When he ain't even going to get any. You know what I mean? I know there's some guys out there who will worship a girl for a whole month, spend thousands of dollars. If they get to hit it once, they'll be the happiest people in the world. And I wouldn't be mad at them. I mean, of course I can say, dude, it's not worth it. You should invest your time in something better. Of course, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, if that person has a good position in life, they have a good job, maybe even a career, they have decent money, and that's what they want to do with their free time, go for it. Go for it. If that's what you want to do with your free time, go for it. Now, I may give you some advice to maybe try something else, but I'm not going to call you names like simp, mangina, all this. Just like, get out of here, grow up. You know, people always want to label people and call people names because you got a problem with something he's doing that has nothing to do with you. Get out of here. Only people who can be considered manginas or simps, in my opinion, are people who are our friends and they change once a girl comes around. And I mean greatly. So let's say me and my friend, we have a basketball team. And every week we play basketball and we're like, all right, let's do this for a whole year. He meets a girl. She doesn't like basketball. So she convinces him to not play basketball. This ain't a wife. This isn't a fiance. This is just some girl. So he's like, all right, I'm going to quit. My new girlfriend doesn't like it. Then I'll be mad. I'm like, dude, we had an agreement. Stop being a simp, a mangina, and develop some balls. Because that affects me directly. And that affects our friendship directly. He's breaking an agreement in that case. So yeah, in that case, I'd call him a simp. I'd call him a mangina. But if I hear this happen to somebody else, that's what he's doing. That has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me. You know, it's like, it's coming to the point where people are like, oh, you live, like, people have messaged me, oh, you live for women, you're a mangina, you're a simp. And the fuck is your problem? You know what I mean? I'm doing better than half of you. I'm not saying better like with money or something. When I say better is, like, I'm actually doing exactly what I've wanted to do, more than most of you. So if you've known me for 8 or more years, you know I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do right now. Only difference is I want to be in Ukraine, but Russia, similar. I'm doing exactly what I wanted to do. I don't have a job, I get to chill, I make YouTube videos, I get to hang out with girls whenever I feel like it. I'm happy, but yeah, I'm a mangina. For what reason? Like, what reason there to insult someone for enjoying their life and living their life the way they want when no one's being hurt except for your bitch-ass feelings? Like, how is that a simp? Like, explain it to me. You could have more money if you didn't. Well, maybe I don't want more money. And if you pay attention, half my career has been built off of females. My first manager, female. Like 5 out of my first 6 managers were females. The ones who brought me to Russia, female. Girlfriend who brought me here before the tour, female. Biggest attendance in my class, 80% females. My other channel, Philko vs. the World, 1.5 million views a month, all about females. This channel, not so much about females, but they had something to do with it. Philko teaches American English. That channel became popular because of females who liked when I wore the pink wig and I was doing my little comedy sketch. Females. So I gave females what they want so I could get what they want. But I'm a simp even though it's not negatively affecting me in any way. You know what I mean? So a lot of guys out there, if you are the romantic type and you like buying gifts all the time, you like telling her she's beautiful all the time, you might even let her yell at you sometimes and you let her get away with it. Dude, if that's what you got to go through in order to keep that girl you want, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with it. As long as she doesn't really negatively affect your life. You got to remember what's important, your well-being. So if she's making you lose work or lose money, you might want to reevaluate the situation. Now, it depends. If you have a lot of money, like you're worth 10 million, and you're like buying her things $1,000 worth a week, you know, that ain't shit to you. So you could do that. I understand that. That's cool. If the next man can't do what you did, so he can't keep her, too bad for him. It's either you compete or get out the game. You know what I mean? It's either you compete or get out the fucking game. You know, and at the end of the day, no matter who you pick, whatever they did to you, it's kind of your fault because you picked them. If you're in a relationship for some time and they fuck you over, that's kind of your fault because you picked them. Nobody forces you to date them. Nobody forces you to enter any sort of relationship agreement. Nobody. So that will always kind of be your fault. Always. I don't give a fuck what she does. That's always partially your fault. Same thing with her. She picks the tough, aggressive guy who always likes to fight and shit. Then one day she gets slapped. She walked right into that slap. He basically just put his hand out and she just walked with her face right into it. She walked into that slap. You know what I mean? So basically relationships is just you with the person you want to be with and you accepting whatever you're willing to accept. That's it. You accept whatever you're willing to accept. If you're accepting the fact that you have to buy her gifts every week in order to stay with her, you have to worship her, you have to cook for her, you have to open the door, you have to fight for her. If you're willing to accept doing all of that, go ahead and do it. If that girl is really what you want, go ahead, go through it and do it. But remember your well-being at the end. Also your long-term mental health. Remember, no matter what girl you're with, don't invest so much that if she leaves, you're fucked. Because remember, at any point, she could leave. She could go. No matter how much, it doesn't matter. Like a lot of guys, and I don't blame them, except for the adults, you should know better. But a lot of guys, like, if a girl were to leave him or something, a woman or whatever, they would say things like, oh, but she told me she loved me. She told me she'll never leave. She told me I was her one and only. I'm like, dude, that's how there's two ways that could be. One, she was just lying to not really hurt your feelings. Or two, that's just how she felt at the moment. A lot of girls do that. They could tell a guy, you know, oh man, you're the best. I want to be with you, blah, blah, blah. And a month later, they just have no interest. And I'm sure guys could be the same way. You understand? So don't just take her words so much for value. Take her actions for value. Just as women usually take men's actions for value, you got to take her actions for value. How has she proved to you that she likes you the most? Now, let's see. If you're one of these guys who allow women to control you, which some other men will call a simp, I'm not going to call you names. If that's what you got to go through to be with your girl, then be with her. But at the same time, you can't be stupid. If you're simping for this girl too much, so much that you're not paying attention to your well-being, and one day she leaves, you're screwed, that's your fault all around. You got to understand that anyone can leave, and what they're saying isn't really what's important, it's what they're doing. So for example, let's say she's never lived with a guy before, but she decides to live with you. And to show you that she really cares about you, she wants to pay for half the rent. Oh, that's pretty cool. She's showing that she's not using you for money, and she's showing that she wants to be with you a lot. Let's say she's also, she knows you're into video games. She knows you're into like PlayStation 4 and shit. You like Street Fighter. She tells you not to buy the Street Fighter because she wants to play a different game with you. Something, she convinces you not to buy it. The first day it comes out, she comes home with it and say, hey baby, I got this for you, and I want to learn to play with you if that's okay. That she surprises you, she supports your interests, all that stuff. Hey, odds are she's really into you because she's showing you. A lot of the girls who really like, well, in my experiences, what I noticed, a lot of girls who really like me never told me they did. They just did. Remember, I made numerous videos about those girls who I said, they just hang around. They don't say anything. Like this type of Russian girl, like I ran into it numerous times. They're always attractive, but they never say anything to me. They just always hang around me. They don't say much. They'll just be there. Like, I don't know, when I go out to dinner, when I go to a movie, when I hang out with my friends, they're just always there. They just don't say anything. You know, it's like, and they will watch me, like, date other girls and shit. And they will just be there, you know, hanging out like nothing happened. And then one day, we just happen to get together and we start dating. And I'm like, well, you like me? She goes, yeah. I'm like, well, how come you never told me? She goes, I just wanted to be next to you. Or I just like seeing you. I just like speaking with you. But if we could do more, that's cool. And those are the girls who like you the most, because those girls are basically saying to themselves that, hey, I don't care what this guy is going through. I'm going to wait because I feel he's worth the wait. I'm going to be next to him whatever opportunity I get until he notices me and sees that I'm a woman who's willing to be by his side through anything. You know what I mean? And those girls are simply amazing, but there's not that many of them. It always just sneaks up on you. But other than that, I guess that's all I really have to say, man. If you're a so-called simp, like the girl is more dominant in a relationship, You spend money and shit and, all that stuff. Things, you buy gifts and all that stuff way more than the average guy. You may beg her not to leave you sometimes. Hey, look, if that's what you got to go through, as long as you rather have her with you than without you, I say go for it. Fuck other people and their insults. That's your woman. That's your relationship. Do what you gotta do. Fuck the next man. It's too bad for him. But me personally, I don't lie to women. I don't lie to them because I don't want to ruin trust for the next man. Because there are some really good guys out there who could be with just one woman and be happy. And I appreciate those guys. I really do. I really, really do. I'm not one of them, but I appreciate them. Therefore, I'm very honest. I'm very honest. You know what I mean? It hurts sometimes. It really backfires sometimes, but I gotta do it. You feel me? So that's basically it, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm just not down with the whole simp insult and shit. It's like grow up. Let people do what they want to do. What's your problem? Because your ex-girl left you, she dumped you, she lied to you. Well, pick a better one next time. What, your girl expects you to pay the bill and you're bitching because you have to spend money? Well, newsflash, you didn't have to spend shit. If you spent that money, that's your problem. Or what, you mad because you married a woman and she took half your money? So what the fuck you get for marrying her? Should have paid more attention in the first place. Should have got a prenup. A woman lies to you, says she's pregnant and all this stuff. She's not really pregnant. Shit, you watch her take that test. I mean, all these things that I hear them complain about, it's like so easy to just take care of. Like, you complaining about things women do. Like, aren't you the man in the relationship? Damn. Never heard so much bitching in my life. But anyway, I'm definitely going to read the comments under this one. Let me know what you guys think. I would love a video response. You know what I mean? Because, man, the way dudes bitch is killing me. And I'm out, niggas. Later.